What looked like a heavily armed gunman on a Brooklyn rooftop today terrified neighbors.
He has the male pointing the firearm in the air at this time.
We saw the guy, he was like loading a weapon.
NYPD aviation footage hones in on a man dressed in all black, wearing a mask and wielding what looks like an assault rifle.
This is the story of how you get arrested by filming an airsoft video on top of a senior center in Brooklyn.
We have him thrown down on the rooftop at gunpoint.
The suspect is being questioned by police and charges are pending.
Just what we fucking need. Normally when we hear about airsoft in the news, it's never a good thing. And well, it happened again. This time it's not because of a little kid. We see reports about kids getting arrested because they took airsoft guns in the public to show off to their friends, or because they're stupid enough to take them to school like some Fresno high schooler just did with an Elite Force hater. And a lot of times it ends pretty badly. Very fast. But most real airsofters know better, or at least they should know better. We even tell people not to take them out in the public during Halloween because at that time everyone wants to be Ghost from Modern Warfare 2. But that assumption has been proven wrong. Meet William, who's not looking too hot in the Brooklyn streets with cuffs on because the New York Police Department just busted his ass. And he's still wearing his Cry or LBX pants. The suspect was spotted atop the Fort Greene Grant Square Center in Bedford around 10:52 a.m. armed with what appeared to be a rifle, according to the police. A woman named Bilo spotted him outside of her office window as he was on top of his building filming an airsoft video. She called the police and her building went on lockdown. The police then shut down the block, surrounded the building, set up fucking snipers, and probably called it a B-2 bomber just in case if anything else went wrong. You really got to see the helicopter footage. It's priceless. You can clearly see he's recording something, and he does have a rifle of some sort. And honestly, if you look at just the screenshot, like just this screenshot, it kind of looks like some live leak war footage, no lie. I'm seeing a lot of people comment that it's clearly an airsoft gun just by the footage from the helicopter. I gotta say, I think you're full of shit. These kind of people sound like the same people that pick up BBs and can obviously tell what weight they are just by holding them. It only took about 30 minutes for the New York Police Department to rush him, arrest him, and then, of course, confiscate everything airsoft related in his apartment. And boy, did he have some good stuff. First of all, the rifle that he got busted with was like a $2,000 plus DAS GBLS build. Looks like he has a hollow sun up top and a Geisley rail. It's a nice rifle. Got to shoot one myself actually a couple months ago. And then the New York Police Department posted this on their Instagram. A table filled with like $3,000 to $4,000 worth of gear. By the way, don't you think it's like the funniest shit whenever they post pictures of something like this, when they have a whole table just laid out and they have like a single crack pipe, just all proud of themselves. So we have pictures and we have the helicopter footage of William shooting or pretending to shoot on his camera. And the camera itself got confiscated as well. But the charges that he picked up are interesting. From what I can find right now, William is charged with reckless endangerment, obstruction of government administration, disorderly conduct, menacing, and criminal possession of a weapon. My neighbors are arguing outside. The last part of his charges is kind of interesting. Criminal possession of a weapon. And the police say that he was running a YouTube channel that he frequently posts on, which explains the cameras and GoPros that were all strapped to him.
Sources tell CBS 2 the 26-year-old suspect has his own YouTube channel, which he frequently posts on, and was apparently trying to record a video before he was arrested.
So if he's running a YouTube channel, that got me wondering, what channel was it? So I asked a few friends, and I did a little hunting. Well, he actually follows me on Instagram and is subscribed to the USAirsoft channel. So I snooped around on his channel. I always like it when people add some personality into their videos. I like a lot of his shots. By the way, sorry if you think that I'm exposing you, Chairman Cat. Of course, since this happened, people are pretty half and half on the whole situation. Some people are saying that the police should have minded their own business and stayed out of it and never even responded to the call. And a lot of people are saying that this is a breach of privacy. As if filming on a fucking building top in the middle of New York or Brooklyn or wherever entitles you to privacy, especially when you look like this on camera. And of course, a lot of people in Airsoft are saying that this is one of the stupidest things any Airsofter could have done. Needless to say, people are pretty pissed about the situation. I do love this little statement that the New York Post added into their article about the incident though. A creep in all black stalked the roof of a Brooklyn senior center with a toy gun before he was arrested. Wait, it was a senior center? Regardless of what everyone else is saying though, what do I think about the situation? And do I think that this guy deserves any prison time? Well, first of all, this was pretty stupid. I can understand what he was trying to go for with all the buildings in the background for his review or gameplay video. He only has 2 videos on his channel, so I don't know exactly what he would have been doing. But this would only work in a perfect world where no one's scared about mass shootings and stuff like that. But I still wouldn't have done this or told anybody that it would have been a good idea to do this. You're just asking for something bad to happen, and this guy is honestly lucky that it didn't get any worse than it did. Someone panicked when they saw this guy on top of a building and they called the police. But I don't think the reaction that he got was the best course of action. Getting a 6-star wanted level right away is a little extreme, I think. That's just a lot of people for one guy filming a video on top of an old folks building. And like I said, they set up snipers. It's so situational because imagine if this guy was some lunatic and he did have an attack planned. People would be fucking pissed if the police just hung up the phone and ignored the phone call. But you gotta keep in mind that because of all the comments I've seen, I'm getting the idea that a lot of people wanted the police to just ignore the phone call. I think this guy kind of brought it on himself, to be honest, because he put himself out in the open where anyone could see him and where anyone could interpret what he was doing in any way they wanted to. And if they didn't like him, they could just lie and they'd probably get away with it too. Not saying that that's what happened, but it wouldn't be hard to do so.
But you're the one to talk. After all, you were filming airsoft videos behind your apartments for years.
Yes, I was for years. And everyone in my apartment building knew I was doing it. The front office management were also all right with me doing it and were actually liking the content I was putting out. I guess I got lucky. I even had 2 police officers that lived on the 2nd floor while I lived on the 3rd floor. And they would come out on their balconies and watch what I was doing and ask about the guns that I was actually reviewing at the time. They liked my GHK AUG the most, by the way. As long as I didn't shoot people's stuff or make a mess, I was good. It kind of helped that my whole apartment building was surrounded by woods. And to be extra cautious, I would introduce myself to every single new neighbor just so they knew what I was doing. And if any of them told me that they didn't like what I did, then that would have been it. I wouldn't be able to film there anymore because I know that I would have caused the situation. But then again, I had multiple different places I could have went to go film as well. I just filmed there because it was behind my building. It was literally like a 2-minute walk. But would I do that now, knowing that I live literally next door to a high school? No, because of now where I live, I'm gonna have to go to a field or I'm gonna have to go to a friend's house or something, private property where I can go film, and it doesn't matter who sees me because I'll be on private property in a backyard or out in a huge plot of land. It just won't matter at that point. If we even boil this down more, would I go on top of a building in downtown San Antonio to go film an airsoft video with guns and gear all strapped to me? Absolutely not. When we were filming the G&G Banff review, I had my friend tell me that maybe I should go film some B-roll of the G&G Banff on top of a building. He knows nothing about airsoft and he's not really that good on anything firearms. I told him that was a terrible idea, and then he thought about it, and then he realized, yeah, really bad idea, because there's so many buildings around there where the same situation would have occurred. My idea is he wanted to film a video and had nowhere else to film it, or he wanted a really good backdrop with all the buildings in the background just so it looked more cinematic-y. And I'll admit, that would have looked pretty good probably. But you gotta think that people can just look out their windows and, like I said, take it any way they want to. I guess while I'm at it, let me introduce you to a little story that I haven't told anybody else in the airsoft industry. Nobody. About 2 years before I created USAirsoft, I think I was like 15 or 16 at the time, we went to Leon Valley. It's a small area in San Antonio that we all just call San Antonio. But one thing you need to know about Leon Valley, you don't with the Leon Valley Police Department. But why does this matter? Well, because on New Year's night, me and my friends decided to play airsoft in a public park, a playground, at nighttime, guns and gear ablazing. And it took about 30 minutes for someone to call the police on us, and they got there pretty fast after they said that they were calling the police. We were stupid, we waited for them, and we kept playing. And when the police showed up, they said the coolest thing ever that I still remember. All right, one more game. It felt like Christmas. So after that, I went Charles Bronson on my friends, we packed up, and we left. A few years have gone by. I'm 24 now. And I would never have done that knowing what I do now. It was really stupid of me because I could have got shot. I could have got put in jail. I could have been just fined. Or I could have a cellmate that likes my ass. A lot of things could have happened. You can hunt me down if you want to, but I'm just being real with you about something I did when I was like 15 or 16 years old. As for this video, that's pretty much it. I messaged the NYPD and the 77th Precinct about the arrest, and I didn't get anything back, but I'm sure anyone who wants to know more about this will see more of the story as it develops. The moral of the story is, just use your fucking head. Keep your guns out of private eye, film at airsoft fields or on private property. We're not trying to be dickheads here. We're just trying to make sure that you're not getting shot by the police or that our game doesn't get banned by inspiring government officials that are trying to use stories like this to get the game of airsoft and maybe the game of paintball too while they're at it banned from the state or the country as a whole. Paranoia is pretty high in the world right now, so we don't need any shit like this in the news. Now I just wait and see if I can reach out to Chairman Cat, or maybe he'll see this video and maybe we can put together an interview or something so he can tell me what he was thinking and what happened to him after he got arrested, because we don't know what's going on with him right now. But that's all I really gotta say. It's 4:30 in the morning. My girlfriend Haley is asleep in the other room. I have no pants on. I didn't decide to wear any. And Scoutthedogge's channel will be linked down below in the description because the guy's the GOAT. But I'll also leave links to the articles that I was reading from. But I guess until that next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Hollenbeck, and I'll be sure to see you all next time. Be safe, everyone. I'm not wearing pants. I'm not wearing pants. I'm not wearing pants.